Hi guys, my name is Giancarlo Silvestre Lagos and I'm going to make the analysis of the poem Ashley Peace in Fields of Grass by Emily Dickinson. But first of all, in this video, I want to make you to know some of the important aspects of her past and about her culture, her beliefs, her family, her country, and herself as an individual. So first of all, it's important to understand her origin. She born in the United States in the 19th century. So it was during the Civil War. It was a war about to um, finish with the slavery with the black people, and that's very important for some of the poems. And also, it's important because in that moment, topic about the religion was very important overall because the more influential branch of the Christianism, that is the Protestantism, was very famous in the United States. So the families there used to be, let's say, a bit conservative with some aspects and a bit orthodox. So it's important to understand that even if we how we are going to see that some actions and beliefs that Emily Dickinson had maybe could be a bit contradictory with that ideology. Even with that, about for her family, some of those behaviors, beliefs, and for example, the things that she wrote was very related with the Bible, and it was one of the most influential books in her life. So, also about the context, it's important to understand that he had contact with a famous writer in that time, famous American writer, that, for example, Emerson and Whitman. So, some of them make a kind of important influential. Another important thing is that even for the time, she was bisexual, so he has a kind of romance with her brother's wife. So it's maybe a kind of polemical. But the thing is that some of the poems that she wrote was found, and they found that some of the poems was dedicated to her. Another important aspect to take into account is that, let's say, in the end of her life, she locked down herself. She tried to take away of the world, take away of everything, even of her family. He had just contact with her little sister, and also it was after the death of some of, let's say, her teachers and the death of the son of her lover and her brother. Well, now it's time to try to analyze the poem that is the Chile Peace in Festive Grace. So we are going to talk about the rhyme, and we will see what is the meaning for her. Okay, guys, now we are going to analyze the poem in question. So it's called A Chili Peace in Fields of Grass. So I'm going to read it first, and then we're going to talk about, let's say, the technical aspects. So, firstly, a chili in Fields of Grass, a chili piece in Fields of Grass. A chili piece in Fields of Grass. The sun respectful lies, not any trace of industry, the shadows scrutinize. Who always go more astray, for service or for glee? We're all making deliver here from whatsoever see. So, firstly, we have that this poem is an octave or octavilla in Spanish. It means that it's composed by 8 verses and also 2 strophes. So, as you can see, for example, I try to leave a number for every syllable. So, in this case, for example, for the first verse, we have 8 syllables. It means that is 4 feet, so it's a tetrameter. And in the second line, we have 6 syllables, so it means that is 3 feet, it's a trimeter. And the third line are 8 syllables, so it's a 4 feet, it's a tetrameter again. And the last one of the first strophe, we have here 7 syllables. It means that is 3 feet, a trimeter too.
About the second strophe, we have, for example, in the first, a syllables, 4 feet tetrameter, and for the six, 6 syllables, 3 feet tetrameter, for the seventh line, a syllables, 4 feet tetrameter, and the last one, we have 6 syllables, 3 feet trimeter. So also I realize let's say an analysis for every line to try to understand it is as iambic or a Trojan. What is an iambic? If you can remember, is an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable, and a Trojan is an stressed syllable followed by an unstressed syllable. So I try to write the symbol of the unstressed and a stressed syllable. So for the first, we have a chili piece infest the grass. So we have a iambic here. To see something different, we are going to see, for example, the third line. We got not any trance of industry. That is a true chain. And for example, in the five line, we have, for example, whose all list go now more astray. So it means that is a iambic too. So another thing to take into account in this part is that if you can see, for example, we could see a little line right outside of the every verse, and in this case we are specifically talking about the two on the fourth. And if you see, for example, with the classification that I made with the vowels and the consonants, we have that, for example, the second line has a rhyme with the fourth line, which is lies and scrutinize. And in the second strophe, we have, for example, for glee, that is the sixth line, and for here, that is the seventh line. But the little line is right in the sixth and in the eighth. So it means that we got here a right composed but a monosyllabic way, let's say. So that's it for the part of the technical analysis. Now, in the next part of this video, we are going to analyze the meaning and we are going to make a relationship with the ideas that we saw in class.
Okay, guys. So finally, there's an study of the meaning of this poem. I have to say firstly that is could be quite complicated because we don't. I can find some information about what is this, and also as I mentioned before, for the lockdown of her, it's a quite of complicated find the exact year of each poem. So I assume that she wrote this at the moment that she was locked down in her room when she didn't want to go at the outside. And also that this is the most important thing about this because according to the some stories that the people tell about her, they say that some far away they can see her walking for the garden of the house or for the same bedroom of her, and she was just like trying to have a contact with the nature, with the trees, with the flowers. And if you see in this point, she tried like maybe to talk about how she feel when he was there outside because it's just like she feel guilty because she used at the nature, she used all those natural things to make her comfortable, to try to recompensate her sin, maybe. And I think that it's important because in that specific part, she said that that we could do that, we could require a nature for us, just for us to make us happier for service or for clean to make us better. So I think that she tried like make an analogy of the human being like like the virus to infest the nature, and I think that could be important. So, according to the statement that the phrase that we have to choose, I selected the education never prepares us for the biggest test, which is survival. Why I think that is appropriate to talk about in this part, because if you see, the her life was too complicated for her, so she didn't know how to live. She didn't know how to be happy. She was like in a limbo, and she recluse herself of the other people, even if she had a good academic formation, but she was not like awareness about what is the life and what is the real purpose of that, and just for that she didn't know how to be in the real world. She was like a look in a couple for the beginning in a bowl. What is the the family that was rich, and she didn't have to have a real contact with the real world, and where when she really suffered, she preferred to take away of all of that. So I think that is important to understand that a good education is not enough to know what is the life, what is the meaning of human being, what is the meaning of the feelings, what is the meaning of all of those things that are part of our existence. So that's my analysis. That's the end of the video. So thank you for listening to me, and that's it. Thank you.